Welcome to miniatures.de, your military miniatures magazine. In this issue we are going to take a look at the Roskopf 1:100 scale BTR-152 Armored Personnel Carrier. Roskopf designed this model as the early version 1951 BTR-152 with an open-topped fighting compartment, and then later they added this one piece for the armored roof version. Of course, when the actual armored roof was introduced in 1960, the vehicle had already received an upgrade. It had been fitted with a winch, and it had received the external tire pressure control system in 1955, which by 1957 was moved to the inside where it was more protected. So this Roskopf vehicle might represent the 57 version with the internal tire pressure control system, which was then in 1960 fitted with an armored roof. The Roskopf model has some mold lines along the hood and across the fender and along the tire tread here, which need to be removed prior to painting. We upgraded this vehicle by adding an armored antenna mount, which is a 1mm piece of plastic rod drilled open to receive a paintbrush bristle as the antenna. We added headlights made of 2mm plastic rod filed to a conical shape and then just trimmed off the rod and glued onto the mudguards. We also added a quarter round piece of plastic to represent the winch. We shortened the front bumper, which normally extends all the way here to the edge of the mudguards. So we cut that back at an angle and then added the proper front bumper, which went with the upgrade, which received the front mounted winch. Then we added the second rear light. There's one here and the second one was missing, so using a 1mm piece of plastic, round plastic, we just added a second rear light. The Roskopf model is sold unarmed, and we went ahead and added a 1mm plastic rod on the top of the roof of the driver's compartment and then drilled through so that we could fit one of our scratch-built machine guns, either a 50 caliber Browning, in which case this is an Israeli or a Lebanese militia armored personnel carrier, or a 14.5mm Dushka Soviet machine gun, heavy machine gun, in which case it's a Soviet or Arab or Asian Vietnamese armored personnel carrier. So depending on how this vehicle is armed, it can be used for one or the other army in a war game, which makes this a very versatile armored personnel carrier. The vehicle has metal axles, it's very well made, and the shape looks rather modern, even though it's a relatively old and obsolete vehicle, but it can still be used in war games, and it wouldn't look out of place in a futuristic war game at all. So this vehicle is available cheaply at online auctions or flea markets, and we highly recommend using this as an armored personnel carrier to raise your motorized infantry platoons. There you have it. Thank you for watching. For more information, you are welcome to visit our website at miniatures.de.